Hello, my name is Valerie Paine and I'm the Director of Material Development here at VCL. I want to give you a little navigation tour of the member site. You go to vcli.org, go up here to the very top right hand corner where I'm pointing at the word members. Click on members, then click on member login. Taking just a second to open it up. And it will take you into the VCLi Partner Members area. I'm already logged in as Val Paine there, but if I wasn't logged in, there would be a couple spaces over here, one for my email address and one with my password. When you signed up, you should have set up your own password, so those would be the ones you would use. So let's look at the tabs that are across the top right here. First we have Home, and then Clarion Call, SALT, Leader Training, Pre-Marriage Counseling, Discipling Children, the Treasury, and VCL Institute. Underneath Clarion Call, they have all of the units that are listed in the book. You can just go scroll down there and it opens up that drop-down bar. But let me just show you how it's laid out. If you click on one of the lessons, you'll see it begins with the key Bible verse, a summary of the lesson, a short teaching of the lesson. Some key questions are underneath the video player. You can download the student version of this lesson right here by clicking on the link there for the PDF, or you can also download the MP3 to listen to it. Each one of the lessons in Clarion Call is set up the same way. Then there's SALT. You can see that there's the drop down of all 7 books of SALT, 7 Areas of Life Training. And at the bottom is where you'll find the Spanish SALT workbooks. But if you go back up to and hover over the spiritual area or one of these other books, a sidebar comes out with all 4 lessons that are inside of the SALT. So as you can see, it says the spiritual area of life has the 4 lessons: I am not God, I am in Christ, I am not my flesh, and I am accepted. If you click on one of those lessons, let's see how it's laid out. Takes just a second for it to upload, but you'll see that there's the key verse for the lesson. There's a summary of the lesson. Underneath that is the video player of the teaching. Then some specific questions that you can ask yourself or whoever you're mentoring perhaps, or in a small group. Then you can also download the lesson as a PDF file just by clicking on the link underneath the video player, or you can listen to the teaching as an MP3. That's how all of the SALT lessons are laid out. Then there's the Leader Training, where you can find the SALT PowerPoint files, the SALT Leader Guide. There's training on that. There's the SALT Instructor's Guide. There's Clarion Call PowerPoint files. There's the Clarion Call Trainer for the Leader Training. And then there's also the Guide for Clarion Call. Then there's the Marriage Counseling tab, which has all 8 lessons from Invitation to Intimacy, or as we abbreviate it here, I to I. Then there's Discipling Children, and I'm going to click on At Home, but there's also an At Church, which is where Kids SALT is housed. But we'll be looking at, I want to teach you what I believe, or sometimes we call it Children's Discipleship Curriculum. You can access the download page by clicking on this link here. You don't see that it's a link until you hover over it. But if you'll click on that, it'll tell you how to download the lessons, and we have them arranged here by units. Unit 1, I want to teach you what I believe, has lessons 1, 2, and 3 in it. Unit 2, and so on. So that's laid out like that so that you can download the file and print those off. Then there's the Treasury, When I click on it, we can see that there's documents with short videos that explain the lesson or teach the lesson, and then there's also some Christian classic ebooks that you can download and just for your reading pleasure. But each one of these documents has a short description, and then it has the link to the document that you can click on it, and what it does is it begins to download it so that you can print it off. So this is, are you a doormat, contentious, or a follower of Jesus? And it's just a really helpful worksheet for people to go through for yourself or for anybody you might be ministering to. And then if you hover over this page, you'll see that there's what looks like a little floppy disk for save this to your computer. There's a little printer for if you want to print that file out. If it was longer than one page, you could scroll up and down. You can make it a bit larger to look at it more closely or a little bit smaller. You'll have to go do the back key to get back to the membership site, or it will close and you'll be off the site. Let's go to the VCL Institute tab. If you click on the VCL Institute course outline, you're going to find several little short videos, and you're going to find the course materials that you need to print off. There's the schedule for the orientation, there's the syllabus, calendar, and a summation chart that you'll find very helpful to print off and just kind of know what's coming up for the week and how much time you need to allot for your coursework. This drop-down is going to get a lot longer as the semester goes on because there's going to be 8 modules. So we have Module 1 that's up here now. What you find under Module 1 is the Biblical Advisor Manual, which is our brand new curriculum that we created for doing one-on-one ministry, whether it's in person or online by Skype or phone. And you can print out the whole document there, open it all up, or you can open up a section at a time, which probably is the easier way to do it. And it is all in color, so it's pretty neat looking, or you can print it out in black and white. Also, you'll find Discipleship God's Clarion Call Student Guide. Now, we also had that under Clarion Call tab, but this is the most recent update and version. So we're just encouraging everybody that's in the Institute to print from this selection here. If you have the other one, it's not a problem, but that is the most recent version. Then there's a part for the trainers. It's only accessed if you are a trainer, like you can see there. I'm a VCL Institute trainer, and that's how my account is set up. But there's a trainer calendar and a summation chart that'll help all the trainers know what is ahead for their week, and the leader's guide for God's Clarion Call, the most up-to-date version. So that's where you can find that and go ahead and print those off, especially if you're getting ready for the orientation or for just the beginning of Module 1. Up along the top, there's also a few more buttons that have links to them. You can go back to VCLi.org if you want to. You can visit our store if you were wanting to purchase some materials. Remember, as a member, you get a discount. You can also find out a little bit more about the membership site. And I'm going to focus on the support button here, because should you run into any hiccups along the way, here's the contact information you could use. You can contact by email VCLi@vcli.org to ask your questions or get support, or make a phone call. If you're local in the Phoenix area, you can dial this local number. If you're not, you can do our 1888 number. If you have questions with technical support, you can email to support@vcli.org. If you've ordered some materials or you want to and you have a question about it, you can email at orders@vcli. And if you have a question, if you're being billed for your monthly membership or for something else, there's accounts@vcli.org. Or if you're giving to somebody on staff or to the VCL ministry, That's who you contact, is our accounting department, which is accounts@VCL. And then a little bit of information here about downloading some of these files. You'll notice that on this side, you'll be able to see that you're logged in, that you have what level membership, and it should say VCL Institute student or trainer, and that's pretty much it. So we are very excited about you being a part of the Institute, and God bless you, and thank you so much for your time.